Welcome to the 202nd broadcast of the T-ROH show. It's your host, Keith. I'm going to go over some warnings, and then 2 weeks ago, I believe I went over, it was either last week or the week before, somebody had sent and said me a message, and then they said, Keith, why don't you just help us, clean the United States up? Well, I didn't know exactly how we were going to do that, but a solution presented itself just a little while ago. We've been implementing it for the last couple of days, and it seems to work out. But it's going to surprise you. First, I'm gonna talk about some things that have been going on over the internet. A lot of trash in the reign of the heavens, which is not cool, man. It could really hurt a lot of people, actually very peaceful people. So what we're going to talk about here is things that you do and do not do. Okay, and this just came in off the press. But I'm going to try to spend as little time as possible on this particular subject. Trust me. All right, here we go again. Found guilty of attempted murder and wanton reckless endangerment. I'm going to show you what damage is being done. Okay, just so everybody understands why we keep doing what we're doing here, because a lot of damage is being done. We're getting people starting to send messages like this, which we figured out would start. Okay, based on a lot of the bashing that's been going on with the or against the reign of the heavens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the bashing, and then we can go from there. Okay. Now Anna hides this stuff in different places. She usually does a lot of the New Human Earth and Communities.com crap. She puts stuff over there a lot. And I just filed a rebuttal to a ripoff report filed by some member of the Reign of the Heavens Society, one of the three principals teams of con artists assailing to try and misrepresent, okay, the states and the people. Reign of the Heavens Society has been dissolved since 2016. Doesn't exist. There's two. It was split off into two different things. It was split off into a temple and a fraternal order. And you're gonna laugh once you see what it actually does now. it's it's ridiculous what this bitch is doing. It never fails that the process of projecting one's own guilt and other leads that these offenders to accuse innocent parties of doing exactly what they're doing themselves, attempting to rip off the American people and mislead them into supporting more fraud against their own interests. Okay, you're going to see what she's saying. It says, in case it missed the notice of many readers, there are trillions of dollars up for grabs. No, they're not. This is a complete lie. There's no such thing. It doesn't exist. Your national credit, now standing at more than $25 trillion, 20,000 tons of gold confiscated by the Franklin Delano Roosevelt administration. Okay, where did that come from? And prove that. Where's your link? Okay, it's a complete lie. All the American gold transported to the Philippines for safekeeping prior to 1906 bankruptcy. That's not how that's not how any of that happened. Your stock portfolios and interest in the Fortune 500 and thousands of other corporations around the world, and the value of ownership in your land assets are all on the line. No, they're not. You don't have any stock portfolios in Fortune 500 companies. You never, unless you invested in them. You see how silly this is? So what she's saying is she puts this Reign of the Heavens Society, okay, in the middle of saying we're going to rip you off and everything else, but essentially what it is a fraternal order in a temple. You're gonna laugh once you see what it does, okay? Then she says that's why the shady organizations like the Reign of the Heavens Society. Well, it hasn't existed since 2016, but that's all right, whatever. Okay, now what this does, what the Reign of the Heavens Society does, um, it has its own code of conduct and everything. It's a fraternal order now. It's not an actual Reign of the Heavens Society. Like I said, it was split up. What it does is It issues reign citizen certificates from the uh, town of the Reign of the Heavens, and exists in I think it's Mississippi or Alabama. It just slips my mind on where it is. It was some property that we bought for continental dollars. It was like, I don't know, 1 point something acres, and we just declared it a town. And when people go to our temple, I'll show you that. Okay, here it is. When you go, I'm new here. So you just click this to go to the temple transition process. It's just the Reign of the Heavens Society temple. It was split off into two. The society itself was just dissolved. What it does, that's why we need to change the flag on the other website. It's, do you accept Yahushua, Jesus Christ, as your Messiah, Lord, and Savior? Yes or no? When that happens, we issue a citizen certificate. What you can see is 109 people that have done it. We got 3 more to go up, but and actually be a little less there because we got one double there. Sorry about that. It's a double entry. It's a certificate to become a citizen of the town. That's it. That's all it is. That's all the temple. I mean, we meet on Thursday. On Thursday evening, we talk about agape love. We talk about scripture and what it says and all that stuff, just like anybody else does. That's all it does. And this woman is attacking our temple and our fraternal order over and over, accusing it of doing something, and it's not. The union, the American National Union for the United States of America, is going after her ass, and the government of the United States of America is going after her ass. Okay, that's what's going on. It's just using the newspaper, the Reign of the Heavens Society Post, that was created years ago, and gets about 500,000 hits a month. So, that's it. That's all that happens. The fraternal order itself doesn't do anything to her. It's not going after any kind of money or nothing. That's just what it does. Here's a 2013. This is the same kind of crap that McBride was doing too. He was called the so-called divine province. He called it, and James McBride is a total fraud. We put that out on the society. He says that his quote. He says he took what he learned before and during his stay with Keith Livingway. He never stayed with Keith Livingway. That was a complete lie. And they started harassing us a lot. It was really bad. And what he was doing, the same exact thing. So he was using the coat of arms, or actually the seal of the Vatican. He was claiming that he worked for the Vatican and all that. He sued him in 2009, and then they gave him the keys of Peter. And he had this little crown that he bought, I think, at some store. The dude made like $200,000 or $300,000. The feds claimed he did. A lot of money. Ripping off people, calling this divine province, and he was working for the Pope. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape when it comes to the Pope, because he's a foreign monarch. Gives a crap. So this is the same kind of crap. Now, Anna and her husband are doing the same thing. They're using the U.S. seal. So what they're doing is they're trying to use the U.S. seal and attribute it to the United States of America and some kind of I don't know, twisted line of something. I don't know what it is, like a chain of title thing. It's not there. She just twisted it into something else. So what we're trying to say here is that she's attacking a temple, and the temple nor the fraternal order has done any of this to her. Nothing. We haven't done anything. The only thing we've ever done is when people accept Jesus as their savior, we write them a certificate and issue a certificate to them. That's it. They just sign it, and it's a town. It has a constitution and all that, and we're waiting for enough people to get together with it so we can develop it. It's not developed. Okay, and we're still rebuilding the National Registry. I don't have time to go look at it now, but we have the map there and the bill of sale and the deed and all that crap to it. Okay, that's it, guys. This is why we keep suing her. She keeps attacking people for no reason. Now, what she's saying is she's saying that the Reign of the Heaven Society is trying to steal your money. Well, you can see it's not. It doesn't do anything other than certificate right now. We have meetings every Thursday, just like church, just like anybody else. Um, and we go over Bibles and dark light and stuff like that. And it's a book that we're reading. That's what John Adams is doing on his John Adams show. And we discuss different things, and that's it. Anna rarely may come up once in a blue moon, if somebody brings it up. That's about it. Because they get upset. They're members of that temple, so they get upset too. It's like, man, this woman just tearing us up. If we said we were part of the Reign of the Heaven Society temple and we were in the wrong place, one of her followers were coming, you're trying to steal from us. It's like, no, stupid shit. It's your leader that's stealing from you. Just trying to tell you. Okay, so enough of that crap. At least you know what the truth is. And let me get over to this. Okay, now I'm going to show you a little bit of fraud here. This is what this is one of her Robin with AY, some old broad on freaking YouTube. She starts doing this. We're telling her none of this is true. She's attacking, and it was on a video that she put up. I'm going to show you part of the video. None of what she's saying is true. None. And that was her answer. We can't get through to her dumbass followers. That your whole message is so retarded. It's unbelievable. You're being lied to. We're trying to tell you, and they don't get it. Okay, and there was one more thing I wanted to show you. I forgot. See, we were talking about being in the United States of America. We claimed it before. This was in 2013. That's what we're trying to tell you. There's also this was back when the government was done here. When the government of the United States of America say we've been here for a long time, way longer than Anna was, way longer. It's 2013. So we're trying to show you guys that you're being lied to, and it's sad, but it's true. Here's another one. Here's where we will continue to prosecute the American States Assembly and any and all county assemblies under Anna, because she's claiming to be a monarch, and it's messed up. She's using the seal of the United States, their seal, and the company seal. Not good, man. You don't do that. She made this whole thing up that her husband was an inheritor of it and all that. And that's the seal of the United States, not the United States of America. So what she did was she took the United States seal and then mixed it with the United States of America. It's fraud, is what I'm trying to tell you. She's acting like she speaks for it, and she doesn't. Here's another one. All right, this is how I'm trying to tell your followers, the followers of her. Please let them know that the woman is just confessed, okay? These groups accuse me of being a Vatican agent because I gave the Pope's employees notice and due process to stop their improper activities. No, that's not why we said that. You're a Vatican agent because you're a Vatican agent. By your own words. Oops, here it is. Yes, I freely admit that for 7 years I wrote to thousands of bureaucrats all over the world in the name of Pope Benedict. So you're either an agent for Pope Benedict or you are stealing power of attorney for Pope Benedict. So which is it? Think about it. Somebody's going to have to call the Vatican, maybe talk about what her actual legal relationship is with them, and told them what they were doing was fraudulent, unlawful, and had to end. This was in the same video. The same video she was claiming that the Reign of the Heavens was trying to steal your money. Now think about that, guys. What do you mean trillions of dollars are up for grabs? There's no money up for grabs. No one owes the United States of America anything. That's a total fraud. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Anna continues to ruin the reputation of the United States of America by making false claims of debt against anyone she can show her anyone she can show she can to show her followers that she is earning her donations, while Anna feigns fighting for them to fleece their pockets. No country owes anything to the United States of America. It's a self-sustaining country, fully developed its international character, wherein Anna is staining the reputation with her lies and her crimes. We're trying to tell her go get a real job. You're just ripping people off. It has nothing to do with the United States of America. Claims to have a royal claim in this country. Sends paperwork over to the Pope Francis for thousands of dollars with her fake claims. She's frauding everybody. Okay. Um, I went over and looked at some of the stuff. It's kind of hilarious. Uh, so when you have stuff like this, okay, I'm just letting you know, when you have stuff like this and it's being associated with the reign of the heavens society, that puts our lives in danger because people start believing what's the crap's on the internet, what she's writing. That puts our lives in danger. That's attempted murder. That's exactly what it is. Okay. Now we've got, here's another one. This is her husband. I'm going to redo this so you know. This was done on the Fogbo group. This is her husband right here. He's 70 years old. This is a guy that's claiming to be the head of state of the United States of America. He's on the Alaska Sex Offender Archive record for him. That's him. So the one he puts her picture on. She puts his picture on everything. I don't even know if the guy's alive. He probably is. Who the hell knows? But this might be her address right here, 2366 South Park. But that might be an old address of him. It seems to be he's been in the same place for a long time, which is Sitka. It's been there for a long time, so he might not have ever moved. I'm figuring that's where she is. People have tracked it, and they've noticed that mail gets picked up there in her PO box, but Anna doesn't pick it up. She has other people pick it up. Now, why are you hiding? Okay, why are you not coming out? That's the weird part. So this is so this guy's claiming to be the head of your country here, or of the country, the United States of America, and he's a sex offender. Just letting you know. So let me show you some of the paperwork, and then I'm going to move on. I did another show I wasn't happy with. It went a little long, so I went ahead and deleted that, and I'm doing this one. Okay, so here's another thing about correct your status. Okay, this is more garbage coming from patriot groups and okay, this is I think this is the American States Assembly horseshit. Okay, we started putting the states together. She puts this together. We start putting the counties together. Then she starts going to the counties. So we live right in her head, rent free, and she apparently loves us because she does everything we do, and then says, "Oh, mine's right and yours is wrong." She's nuts. All right. On July 20, 1779, the founders faced a problem. Well, you don't know that. Okay. How to identify Americans versus Brits and Dutch and Swedes of the other nationalities living here in this country. The 1779 Naturalization Act was the answer. Okay, we looked this up. There's no such thing. No such act exists as a national act. There's nothing there. Then she says, it's a very simple requirement which our forefathers identified themselves as Americans and not Brits and French. No, they were identified as British Americans, French Americans, Dutch Americans. We know that. Or any other options that were available in colonial America. But facing a similar problem today, that our federal subcontractors have proliferated and promoted their citizenship as separate political statuses and have created false registrations as territorial U.S. citizens and municipal citizens of the United States in our names without our knowledge or consent. This is, once again, we need to declare our political status as Americans. Okay. So we use this 1779 Naturalization Act. Anybody see a problem with that? Sounds really good, doesn't it? Number one, there's no act. Okay. Number two, we need to declare our political status as Americans. I'll get to that in a minute. Re-verify our political status via recording their declarations and with their state assemblies. So people are thinking, man, this is, yeah, we need to do that, right? Okay, and we got like 50 people have done that because we know state coordinators are in there. We know 50 people did this, their political status via recording their declarations. All right, sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah, sounds great. That's the best thing in the world. Here's the declaration of political status. Okay, I redo this every time, so just make sure that it flips for us. Okay, I, the living woman, affirm and declare that I have returned my lawful birthright political status as an Hawaiian, and I claim my exemptions as stated in federal code. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read this without laughing. 8 USC 1101. I declare and affirm under the penalty of perjury or public law of the United States of America. Really? Okay. The United States of America here has nothing to do with number one, federal code, 8 USC. That's the United States. This is the United States of America. Different. So what she did was she's taking you in this name back to right to the U.S. is what she's doing. There are Hawaiians. There's called the Hawaiian people. That's a different people, but it has nothing to do with a political status. Okay, let me show you what a political status is. Okay, folks, now ready? Now, what I'm going to show you is it's actually hilarious, but it's sad because people fall for it. And okay. Hawaiian isn't a political status. That's not what that is. I'm just telling you, that's not what that is. Okay. And what I'm about to show you, you're going to look at this and then you're going to see how stupid this scam is between her and her husband. You're going to, and 50 people fell for it, by the way. Her followers still don't see that she's a foreign agent or she's stealing power of attorney and using a foreign seal. So she's either a foreign agent or stealing power of attorney for the popes and using a U.S. seal. That's some serious freaking crimes there. I'm just telling you, it's serious. Okay. Now she's having people sign political status change. Okay. This is so sad. In international law, 3 categories of political status are usually recognized: independent countries, internal independent countries which are under the protection of another country in matters of defense and foreign affairs, or colonies and other dependent political units. That's it. A political status deals with a country, and whether it's an independent country, whether it's a interdependent country, this kind of thing. That's all it is. It doesn't mean Hawaii. Okay, you're Hawaiian. That's not a status. She completely made that up. It was a complete lie. She went in and started explaining to people their political status was Oregonian for Oregon, Californian, and all that. But that's a political status. That's not a political status. Go look it up. It's the political status of a country. So the political status was an alternative name for special category status. Okay, legal status of Hawaii, legal status of Germany, concerns question of extinction, otherwise continuation. The German nation state followed the rise of downfall of Nazi Germany, constitutional hiatus of the military occupation of Germany, blah, blah, blah. It's just the political status of these things. That's all it is. Hawaiian, not a political status, folks. Please, for the love of all that is holy, please look up a definition once in a while. Just go look it up. Now, if you think, oh, well, that's just Wikipedia, he's crazy. No, here you go. The political status of Puerto Rico is that of an unincorporated territory of the United States. That's its political status. Not, I declare that I'm Puerto Rican. I'm sorry, don't do that. I declare I'm Puerto Rican. That's my political status. Okay? And she's got this crap under correct your status. What are you talking about? Correct your status. It's hilarious. And I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry I'm laughing, but it's so stupid. It's stupid on both sides. Okay, now what she's doing here is this. Oh, okay, oh yeah, don't go to the fee schedule. Then she tries to do the common law lien. She has no idea how screwed she is with those common law liens, by the way. Okay, all right. The living woman affirm and declare that I return to my lawful birthright political status as a Hawaiian. Do you realize how stupid you look when you send this crap into to immigration, naturalization, or anybody? They even have you notarize it. Okay, when you notarize something, it ends up in that the possession of the state. And what that means is it's in the hands of the Secretary of State. You're handing your document over to the Secretary of State so that it's recognized in other countries. That's what you're doing. That's all it is. And you can't mix the United States with the United States of America because this came back. Well, you saw we were in 2013. It only came back in 2009 when I claimed the metes and bounds and seaward boundaries of the country. Okie dokie. And the United States still has not said anything about that for the last 11 years. But we're not stupid enough to use their seal. Idiot. That's going to be some serious jail time, by the way. Um, she has no public law. So this is when you have somebody that this has no idea, either no idea what she's doing or she's running a scam on you. So you got to watch it. Watch this. This will get you in jail. Okay. Fee schedules. Don't do this. Okay. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now. Don't do it. People have gone to jail very quick on this. You get your face in the dirt, by the way, real quick. Intent of fee schedule. So what you're doing is you're going to the idea is, oh well, penalty for public use, public easement schedules. You're trying to lien a cop for using forced giving of fluid samples, hair samples, skin samples, and crap like that. Yeah, this is the quickest way to go to jail and stay there for a long time. This is 5 to 10 years. Okay, so don't do this. We got a way to reverse this. I'm telling you what you shouldn't be doing. If you've done this, don't use it. Seriously. If you've done that political status thing, that doesn't do anything, folks. It's total crap. What she's doing is she's saying, here, I'm going to put you back into the U.S. state right here, and then throw your person under the federal code of 8 USC 1101A21. That's all she's going to do. She's claiming to be fiduciary for the United States of America, which is, it's not true, but it's an intent, okay, that she's saying. And what she's saying is now, if I'm fiduciary for the United States of America, I'm going to block your person from ever coming in or leaving the United States as a Hawaiian using this code to do it. Okay? We told you she's trying to keep you into the United States and keep you under the Constitution within the United States as a resident alien so that they can tax you and keep you in slavery. She's charging you to do it. We keep saying this. I'm just showing you. Okay? Like I said, we looked this up. This 1779 Naturalization Act, no such act in existence. We looked it up, nothing. Back then, the states were independent. They all handled their own independent naturalization. There was no national act of anything. It didn't exist at the time in 1779. They hadn't even gone. They hadn't even approved the Articles of Confederation in 1781 yet. So, this whole story, completely made up. Completely made up out of thin air. Now, you don't believe us? Okay. Here's an insurance right here, auto insurance that you can get. And it's just with Dairyland Insurance Company. So you call them, you use your social security number, you get insurance from them. What's the difference of what you have now? I'm just telling you. We're going to show you how to fix this, okay? But you're getting scammed, and she's doing a lot of damage. So we're trying to tell you, and she's going to get you thrown in jail just like she did these other guys for 37 years. One was 37 years in jail, okay? She did it, and she did it on purpose. Okay, And so that's it. That's all I'm going to talk about here. Please don't sign any of this crap. It's all stupid. It doesn't work. All she's doing is pulling you back under, and then as fiduciary, trying to keep you out of the United States of America, the real country. That's all that's going on. That's one a bit of it. I've got multiple, and I mean multiple examples of the same exact thing over and over and over again. That's all that's happening. All right. Let's get over to what we can do to fix this problem in this country. Like I said 2 weeks ago, I agreed to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and fix something. I didn't know how it was going to work. I didn't know what was going to happen. But I said, yes, we can fix the problem in the U.S. And that's a big statement. How do you do that? All right. Big problem in the U.S. We're not talking about exactly social compacts here. Okay. We're not talking about social compacts. We will later. Okay. But we can do this first to get people to wake up that are in those offices right now. All right. It's going to take a unified effort of the people to get this done. All right. Here we go. This is some of Rob Ryder. I think Rob Ryder's been reporting on this. I don't know if he found this. I don't know who found it. Okay. I know some military people are using it and it's working. I know this other guy's used it. It's working. He shut a judge down. He's shutting court cases down and things like that. Okay. Now, well, this is just has to do with the oath, but it doesn't have to do with whether they violated their oath or not. Just keep that in mind. It has nothing to do with that or argument, whether you're going to argue back and forth. You violated your oath. Okay. That's not what this is about. Okay, now this is the state oath. This is random. I just got this one. It's easiest to get. It was the oath of office for state of Texas. It's very basic. It says, in the name and the authority of the state of Texas, that blank, I blank, do solemnly swear, affirm that I will faithfully execute the duties of the office of whatever, of the state of Texas, and will to the best of my ability preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution, laws of the United States, and of this state, so help me God. All right, I'm not taking this off this. I'm just reading it to you. This oath of office. Then they go certification of person authorized to do it. No problem. That might be a notary or it might be, a judge or something like that, right? Okay. Now, when you ask for their oath of office, this is what they're going to say. See, I am a state officer. Great. No problem. All right. Appreciate it. Where's the other oath? You go, what other oath? The other oath you're supposed to be taking. That's the only oath they give us. Okay. No problem. We'll do that. Now, that oath is right here. Okay, so there's a operating without administering the proper form of the mandated capacity of oath of office in Article 6 of the Constitution of the United States, and used arbitrarily against a citizen of the United States or against other person. They have other person. That's what we would be recognized as another person, as other person. We're recognized as non-citizen, non-resident aliens, but that's neither here nor there. Operating a non-qualified civilian government without this oath by admission and or malicious prosecution, whereby exercise authority not in capacity and fails to prove compliance, causing personal and advertising injury. Okay, so here's what they're supposed to be taking. They take the state oath, but they don't ever take the federal one. They have to take a federal one. It's like, no way. Yeah, yes way. Okay. So what they're supposed to be doing is every member of a state legislature and every executive or judicial officer of the state, that's pretty much everybody, right, shall, before he proceeds to execute the duties of his office, take an oath to the following form, to wit, you have to have your full name there. You can't use, John J. Smith. It doesn't work that way. You have to have, John Smith, fully spelled out and everything. Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States. That's it. That's the oath. If they don't have this oath, they're not office holders. That causes a serious liability. Just because they take the state oath does not mean they hold the office of that in that state. They have to take this one too. Before they execute the duties of his office. Because it says every member of a state legislature, didn't say the United States, and every executive and judicial officer of a state. That's not the United States. That's a state. Okay. Um, and what happens when they do this is this IAB do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States. And remember, this is in 23 statute at large. The violation of the act. This is where this was approved on 1789. It's still in play. There's 4 U.S. Code 101 oath members, same thing. It says such oath may be administered by any person who, by the law of the state, is authorized to administer the oath of office, and the person is administering such oath and cause a record and certificate thereof to be made in the same manner as by the law of the state he is directed and to record and to record. I'm sorry, and certify the oath of office. Okie dokie. Now we're going to go with this whole supreme law of the land thing. All right, and all we're trying to do, and what I'm saying is, and I recognize that as the supreme law of the land of the District of Columbia and Manhattan Island, but everybody else may see it differently. This Constitution and laws of the United States, which shall be made in the pursuance thereof, and all treaties made, or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and the judges in every state shall be bound thereby. So the judges are not taking this oath either. So they're not judges. Booyah! They're not judges. None of them are. Every lawyer that says he's a judicial officer, no, you ain't. Not unless you take that oath. Any cop that says he's a cop, no, you're not. You ain't a police officer. Proceeds to execute his duties of his office. You're not. You have to do this oath along with the state oath. Hello, bom bom. Hello, got your ass. That's all I'm saying. We were right from the beginning. We're trying to tell you don't have any authority. There it is. It's right in black and white. All right. It's a failure to comply on demand. This causes a commercial and general liability and property insurance, other insurance models, including tort of alleged government or company and corporations as defendants that damage of these claims. Do you know how many children have been trafficked by people that don't have this oath, that are not officers of any court or of any agency or anything? The judge that they're going in front of is not even a judge. He can't call himself a judge unless he has this oath. You're either going to go by the rules or you're not. This has shut down some cases. Now we've already been claiming, we've already been grabbing oaths of office from people in cases that we have back cases on, and we have a claims group on Telegram. So what we want you to do is I want you to go to the T-ROH show. That's T-ROH show.com. Go to the contact page. If you want to download Telegram, you can download Telegram. It's a software, and open up an account, and has a phone number and a name. All right, to open the account up. And when you do that, send it to the go to the contact page. Give us the information, and we'll find you on Telegram by putting you in as a contact, and we'll add you to the group and claims group and show you how to do this. Okay. And the children that are taken aren't taken by judicial officers, folks. Nothing. Every time they put you in these private, that's why you have private, jails, detention centers, because they're not real judicial officers. None of them are. And when people said we don't recognize the federal authority, they're right. They were right the whole time. Okay, so what we do is we start with this. Get this to Alex Jones. Okay, get this to everybody else. We're going to help you do this. And then we're going to show you how to get a social compact once we get some people in there that can stop a lot of this crap going on. But they got to take this oath. If they don't take this oath, they don't have it. Okay, all this crap would have stopped if Trump would have taken this oath. I don't think he has it. I don't think he's taken it. Everything's been everything's just been a show. Now we're not going to, now this will establish a form of a constitution. I don't know what it'll do for the political status of the United States yet. However, what we're looking to do is that when this happens, and then we get some, we can work with some real judicial officers. We can get some things cleaned up between the United States of America and the United States. We can actually make the United States a real country by putting in a social compact and those that want to be citizens of the United States. And then we'll start working on some some agreements and things like that that are going to be beneficial for everyone. Some people just don't want to be a part of the United States Constitution. Some people really can't live without it. So we want to accommodate everybody politically. We'll change the political status of the United States, or we'll actually give it a political status, and we can work together. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do, and we're teaching people. So one of the main claims we have, like in the Telegram, we're trying to get people in there that have had their children taken. So we're trying to get that done first, because that's one of the most serious ones. And then we'll get into traffic court, because once these guys take that oath, folks, traffic court's gone. It's illegal as hell. Okay, a lot of these courts will be dissolved because they're illegal. Not supposed to be there. The whole monopoly over the judicial branch by the U.S. Supreme Court, monopolizing the judicial branch with the Bar Association, that's gone. All this is gone. So what we do is we get their oath. We show them, notice them with something like this. This is just a rough draft. We notice them of the violation, and that they have to have this oath. And if they don't take it, we go after their insurance. We're not going to start messing with them, trying to get them on criminal stuff, because the communists have taken over in those courtrooms, and they're criminals anyway. So, away you go. So we just hit them where the insurance companies won't insure them anymore. Now they're done. They got to get out. Okay, so further release sought. There's just, this is just a document that was put together. I had it. I needed to change a little bit up on it so that and organize a little bit better. But like I said, this is just a rough draft. We'll have this finished here in just a little bit. Like I said, we only started this claims thing. I think it was last Friday, or not Friday, Tuesday, I think. Wednesday, people were starting to ask for it, but they couldn't do that because it was Veterans Day, so it was Thursday, I think. People started asking for it and got requests and things like that. Okay, so there you go. This is the way we got to go to get this fixed, and we got to get these guys into actual judicial officers, so we can start speaking to them, and we can get all this worked out between the United States of America and the United States, and everybody gets what they want. We'll have two symbols, just like the buffalo and the eagle. We're the buffalo, you're the eagle. You get it? Didn't realize that was actually for us, right? There's a lot of work we've done. And we'll start calming a lot of this down, and we don't need this all this war going on. Okay? Now, when this happens, Biden's got zero chance of doing anything in there, in those offices, because it's actually the people that are coming forward and saying, here, we want to be a part of this thing. We're tired of being cut out and turned into resident aliens. We want our persons back on shore. We can get rid of the Internal Revenue Trust, and then we can start these social compacts, get these done when everybody decides what they want to agree on. And you can start bringing your constitutions and stuff like that back in the courtrooms. Okay, so that's great news, I thought, and it's been a pleasure. Like I said before, you've been warned about the couple over there, the Anna and the Clinton Belcher couple. Been warned about them. That's a serious criminal activity that's going on there, and that thing is going to go down soon. Okay. First, we put the states together. We put 15 states together. Then we had to put them back in trust because the elections couldn't get through quick enough. Had to add 6 months to do it. They went back into trust. What does she come out with? American States Assembly. We start doing the counties And what does she do? She starts coming up with counties. Anything we do, she steals. Why? Because she has people and she works with people that have no thinking ability whatsoever. They cannot coordinate anything. They cannot create anything. They have no thinking capability whatsoever. All they do is follow. Okay? You don't want that. We need leaders. And that's the way it is. Thanks for listening to the 202nd broadcast of the T-ROH Show. We'll see you next week.